Okay, hey everyone, it's Lisa. I'm in the hoop house. Finally have a nice day. Everything's melding, and I'm just in here right before I go to work. I'm trying to pick a couple greens before I go into work so I have something for supper. Right now it's about 58 degrees in the hoop house. That's after it has been in the single digits or negatives for like a couple weeks now here in central PA. It's been really miserable. And I know it's been low everywhere. It's been pretty bad out. But anyway, here's a quick video. Just some of the stuff that I have in my hoop house. It looks pretty rough right now because of all this cold weather. There's a lot of dead stuff, debris that needs picked out. Some of these older leaves just are like really wilted and gross, and I'll get rid of them. But first, I mean, it doesn't look like much. These are teeny tiny little guys, but these are called miner's lettuce. And they call them that because the miners way back in the day, like on the west coast or whatever, out west, would wild forage for these and eat them to prevent scurvy because they're full of vitamin C. So there is a ton of these, and they're small. They're kind of a pain to pick, but they're really good. And again, those are little miner's lettuce. And then this right here, these greens are called Mizuna, and they are delicious. And let me see, like you have to go through, this needs cleaned out really bad, but these are Mizuna. Kind of an odd leaf shape, but they're a delicious green. They are super easy to grow. They come up really fast before any of my other lettuce ever does. And then I come in here and I pick its little flowers and go into flower in here, but put them in a little vase. They smell so good. They smell like little daffodils. And then over here a little further, the machi did terrible, also called corn salad. It grows in these little bunches, but there's a bunch of these little tiny little bunches here, but there's a lot of damage, and I think that this will perk up, you know, now that it's a little bit warmer. But you can just clip this whole thing and eat the whole thing, and machi is one of the most delicious greens. It's very mild, and it's easy to grow, and I love it. So I'm going to keep growing that next year. Run up here real quick, a little further up here, and here's all the different types of spinach I have. If you look, there's a lot of beautiful leaves still here, and it's more than enough. There's all kinds of different varieties. I can't remember the specific names, but just running through here real quick. So tons of spinach. Also, I have, if you look around here, these little teeny tiny like kind of red looking leaves. These are called strawberry spinach, and these were discovered in a monastery. They are related to lamb's quarters, and they're really tasty. If you plant them outside in the summer, they get the little red berries on them. They're not real sweet, but you can eat them. The whole plant's edible. So they didn't do too good in here, but there's a couple little leaves. And then if you look around here, it's funny because you can find strange things. Like I had some chives growing in here. You could still pick those, throw them on your potato. And then if you look here at all these little guys, if you look, they have these cute little heart-shaped leaves. 3 leaves, each one's heart-shaped. And these are wood sorrel. And you can also eat those. They're a wild edible. I throw them in with my salad mix. Then what else do I got? Over here, I still got my carrots growing. So in the spring, these should just be great. Late spring, I should have some nice big carrots to munch on. And that's, this whole bed is pretty much all carrots. Then I'm gonna go over here on the other side. Oh, also I opened up the potatoes to check on that situation, and they're still looking pretty nice and firm. I think they survived the cold. I'm going to bring them inside and see how they held up. They might be mushy. I don't know. It's been terrible here. What else do I got? I got a ton of arugula, and this arugula looks pretty crummy. But I'm sure it'll still taste fine if you pick the little ones. So I'm going to pick through and get some arugula. What else do I got in here? The lettuce did horrible in here. All of these little lettuces, they never really grew much. I think I planted them too late. What else do I got in here? I got some collards, so you could pick these leaves and throw them in a salad. I had just thrown a few cabbages over there and they look pretty bad. So I don't think I planted them early enough, but no biggie. This is my first year, so there's not much over on this side. They're really tiny Mizunas, and there's a little bit of kale left over here, but it looks pretty rough. But I could still pick a few pieces. And again, I think this will all just burst into life now that this bad spell is ending. It's going to be a little bit warmer. And I also had, what else did I have? I had a little bit of Swiss chard in here, but it's teeny tiny, so I'm not really going to pick it. I'm more focused over here, so I'm going to get a nice big old bowl of delicious greens to take to work. And that's it. Have a great day.